President-elect Donald Trump went on Fox News on Sunday to defend his use of limited intelligence briefings. He's supposed to be getting them, daily intel briefings, but he says he just doesn't need them. And here's why. And I have to say, he must have had a change of heart, because back in 2012, he tweeted, "Priorities while fundraising and campaigning on our dime, Obama has skipped over 50% of his intel briefings."
Is that true, or is that fake news?
Well, this is what he said in 2012.
Yeah, but you never, he lies all the time, so you don't know what he's saying, whether what he's saying is a lie or not.
But who knew? But the point is, when you lie, you can't remember what you said, but maybe he forgot that he was taking someone else to task for the very same thing.
Well, he doesn't have time for the CIA briefings, the intel briefings, and Celebrity Apprentice. It's too much. It's too much for him.
I didn't actually mind on this particular thing, because the idea of a meeting where nothing's changed, I do realize it's a big thing, but he wants to turn bureaucracy on its head, and he wants to break down what's being done. So maybe if you have 3 people going to the same meeting every day, he said if something should change from this point, immediately call me. I'm available on 1 minute's notice. So maybe his idea is, rather than Pence and he both going, just Pence goes.
I will say I agree with you on that, because I worked in the government, and I remember we had to go to these sort of briefings, not intelligence briefings, but we did have case briefings, and I felt like I was hearing the same thing every week, and it was horrifying to me, and I hated going.
Jane Harmon, I believe it was on today. She used to be a senator. She was in a very important position. I can't remember it, I'm sorry. But anyway, she was saying that you have to spend a year understanding the intel briefings.
Well, and that's
very complicated.
That's the difference. I mean, my briefings certainly were, you know, federal prosecutor type briefings about the law, but this is different. But I can understand it a bit.
I mind because he works for us. Like, he doesn't get, this is the job. First of all, you know, with all due respect, Sonny, you had a tough job, but president-elect is a whole other category. And I think this guy has this notion that this job's going to be fun. It's not a fun job. This is a really difficult, hard job. And I want to know that he got elected and he's in it to actually do the job, not to just look good and, oh, let me hope everybody likes me. So I don't care if you're bored. I don't care if you don't want to go every day. We elected you to do this job. Get in there and do it. And you know what? If you have to yawn through it, that's not my problem. You work for us, not the other way around.
How about this? You're fired. Did anybody hear me? Because my mic is dead.
Well, your mic is dead. Can you hear me?
The other, yeah, they can hear you. All right.
With or without the mic?
No, you need the mic. Your mic is dead.
What am I doing? Stand up here?
Yes.
Where are you from?
Based on what we're talking about this morning, yeah. A CIA investigation concluded that Russian hackers were working to get Donald Trump elected president, and a bipartisan group of senators, including John McCain and Lindsey Graham, are calling for a bit of a probe into Russia's role into the election. But do you believe Russian hacking could actually change the outcome? Yes! I do believe that.
Well,
that's what I believe.
If you add it to the fact that, you know, the RNC, nothing came out on them, so they must have they hacked into the RNC's emails, but the Republican Party, but nothing came out about that. Then, you know, so possibly yes.
Well, but that thing, it's possibly. We don't know for sure if there's this nexus between the Russians hacking into the DNC and Hillary losing. But I think what is most troubling is that Donald Trump is saying that we don't know if Russia is behind the hacks, when you have not 1, not 2, but 17 intelligence agencies agreeing that Russia, in fact, did do this to try to sway the election.
And Trump encouraged it. Watch this clip in case you didn't see it. Watch
the idea that he doesn't see the problem with that is a problem, because this is not a partisan issue. This is about someone coming into our country and continuing to make it seem rigged and not right. He should be the first one spearheading, hey, because I don't know if the results would have been different, but the fact they have proof that this happened is a problem. When Kellyanne Conway says this might be fake news at times when she refers to it, that's a problem.
Kellyanne Conway is fake news, but
she's coming here this week, by the way.
I don't care.
Just saying.
You know, listen, if this were any other country, we'd be all in their business.
Yeah.
We'd be investigating, we'd be looking and saying, you can't run these kinds of election
He's
things.
fixing my wire. That's all.
Fixing her mic.
There's a white man on his knees behind Joy Biden.
Nothing new about that.
Wouldn't be the first nothing new about that.
Yeah. Hey, you. Don't do that to me. Now, I mean,
can I just say something on that?
go ahead.
It's like they are discrediting the CIA, his
Yes.
campaign, and the president-elect of this country is discrediting the organization that basically protects us from foreign invasion,
Exactly.
from isn't it time for him to step down? I mean, dude, he has to step down before the inauguration, before they give him the nuclear codes.
also,
We are at risk when the president of the United States is fighting with the CIA. That is a terrible thing.
It's 17 agencies saying there's an issue.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not one or
Right.
two. It's 17 of them, and they all didn't like Mrs. Clinton.
Right.
They're not there for her, but, it can't be bad just because it's not good for you.
Right.
Now, you're fighting with China.
Yeah.
You haven't even become president yet, and you fight with all these folks, and I get that you want to see other stuff done, but again, for me, if you really want to talk about bringing jobs back, you got to talk about manufacturing. We got factories all over this country that have been closed down. People have been out of work for a while. I understand. You want to bring jobs back? This is how you do it. You don't go to Russia because they don't do well by their own. They don't really look out for their own people.
It's just the whole thing is just dangerous.
That's been my question, though. We were talking about it this morning at the Hot Topics meeting. Why is he so interested in being embroiled with Russia?
Money.
And it must be personal wealth, because now for Secretary of State, he wants to nominate the Exxon CEO.
Coming on. So this Russian interference is why a lot of people are concerned with Trump's reported pick for Secretary of State.
Yeah.
Okay, Exxon CEO, I was going to get to it, actually.
Sorry.
Rex, that's all right. Listen, a man with strong ties, business ties to Russia and personal ties to Vladimir Putin. Now, does this bother anyone?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, 100%.
Paul Manafort, who used to be his campaign director, he had to quit because of his ties to Russia. I mean, do we have to wait till the hammer and sickle is on the American flag before we stand up to this guy?
The question is, like, to Whoopi's point, when you're talking about manufacturing, which is how you really do bring in jobs, why is he in bed with Russia like this? Is it because our oil industry is going to be reinvigorated? Is it an energy thing?
I think the
wealth?
optics of it is that he figures, oh, let me also for him, it's let me bring someone to the table and have some sort of, let me portray myself as the great negotiator. Let me put someone in there who's going to do right by Russia somehow, has an in, and I'm going to look good then because I'm going to be able to reap the benefits of Donald Trump is the reason that this is happening.
Right.
But this guy has a long history of business deals with Russia. This is a guy who criticized U.S. sanctions against Russia because it would hurt his own pocket and his own business. Now, that's fine as a businessman, but you're not a businessman if you take this position. You're working on behalf of the interest of the people of the United States. And I'm not convinced that someone who has this long-standing relationship with Russia, where, let's face it, you had to schmooze, you had to do what you needed to do to get money for your business, is now going to be able to flip that on a dime and suddenly be tough with Russia. I want someone who's going to be tough with Vladimir Putin.
Well,
I'm not convinced this guy's
Can I put this in your head? Because, Mrs. Tillerson, I think you should know this. He's also pro-fracking, but he is suing to stop a water tower that could be used in fracking from being built in his neighborhood.
Oh.
Complaining that it would be a
Not in my
noise
backyard.
nuisance and a traffic hazard. So it's okay in somebody else's neighborhood, but not in yours. See, this is the problem with business. This is the problem when you have all business people running stuff. You can't run this country like a business. You have to run this country like a country.
But his supporters would say that the opposite of that. They would say these are successful business people, and that's the reason.
Are they?
No, I would argue that you can run. Well, yeah, but
you said that many times.
Listen, if you don't pay, if I don't pay taxes, I'd be a billionaire too. You probably would, you know?
Yeah, but You can be a successful business person, that's fine, but you can't be a successful business person and go into a deal like this. This is a guy who had to schmooze a country that is our foe. That's fine, whatever he did for Exxon. As a CEO of a company, that's your job. Now your job would be to protect us and American interests.
Donald Trump ran on, Jed, and that was something that impressed you. I remember.
But he also ran on being tough with our enemies.
You
yes, but
said many times that Donald Trump was a good business person and that you didn't want a career politician. You wanted a business person.
Correct.
Now you're saying something different.
No, I'm saying that. No, that's wrong. All right, let her answer. No. I do want a tough business person, but I don't want someone who is going to nominate people that are going to put us at a disadvantage with our enemies. Russia is an enemy. He is a nightmare, Vladimir Putin. And I said what people respected about Donald Trump is that he was going to be tough on Iran and on Russia. This is a sign to me that he is not.
But this Exxon guy is a business person.
That's fine. He's a business person. There are some strong businessmen and women that he could have put in that position that would have been great negotiators, and I would have supported it.
Yeah, like
they do not have ties to
What
Russia.
about Ivanka? She has a shoe line.
Okay, clearly. Clearly, this is an ongoing conversation. So we're going to go, come right back, get the bus out into the bus station. We'll be right back with more Hot Topics.
Coming up, holiday hell? How constant caroling has some calling for a ban on Christmas music.
So welcome back. I have to clear something up. I was given a piece of information that is not correct. So Rex Tillerson and his wife Renata dropped out of the lawsuit trying to stop construction of a water tower in their Bartonville ranch in 2014.
Okay.
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 All right.
But they were in it, just not now.
But we don't do fake news on The View.
Well, no, if we get a piece of information that's given to us as the correct information, we shift it when it's not right. So, you know, we cleared it up. So now you were throwing her under the bus about her, you know, thinking as a good businessman. Then you threw in Ivanka, and then all hell broke loose. So where are we now?
I certainly wasn't trying to throw Jed on. Look, Jed and I are friends. I wasn't trying to throw her under the bus, but I just remember leading up to the election that I heard over and over again from my friend Jed that she thought that Donald Trump, being a business person, made him qualified to be the president. And I remember myself specifically saying that that was nonsense, and that that's ridiculous.
I still think that's an asset to be a successful business person, and I think you can place successful business people in positions of power. I think it's a problem when that position is Secretary of State, and when you have a business person that had ties to an enemy country who spoke out against sanctions against that country, and who was out for his own personal interest in an oil industry. That's going to have a lot of effect on our foreign policy. But think about this. No, wait. If he was, let's say they put a business person in he's going to be the head of small business affairs. Great. That's somebody who has business experience, who can properly use it. Secretary of State is a diplomatic position. I want someone.
The president of the United States, and you thought the business experience was just fine for that position.
Great, but I didn't vote for him. I didn't vote for him.
But you said before you guys go on, do remember that we've just established relationship with Cuba.
Yeah.
So that he has talked about rescinding now.
Right.
So if we get into bed with Russia, does that mean we're back in bed with Cuba? I'm very confused by all of it.
Well,
because on some hands he's okay with this, and some hands he's
Cuba's
not.
still a communist country. The Soviet Union is gone. And now capitalists over there, so he likes that. He can make,
I don't
make
believe
money
so.
in Cuba
If you think about
right now, the rest of them are
about
gone.
Tillerson person, in his role at Exxon, these close ties with Putin, and he opposed the U.S. sanctions against Russia, but he negotiated Putin in 2011. The president said would be worth as much as $500 billion. That was a business decision. He does something in the States where he normalizes ties with Russia, and now the United States has $500 billion. Would you be in support of that?
That's great, but I want someone who's tough. The job of a negotiator, when you're defending the interests of the people of the United States, is to be tough with Iran, is to be tough with Russia. I don't want someone going in who has a business of schmoozing to get a good deal for his personal company.
So that's what
that's not to say he's not a successful business. I don't think he's
Sarah.
I don't think a big oil person has a place in any international setting right now, because oil is such a contentious topic. It's that we're trying. We already have bad relationships with, so I can't see a place at all. National stage where you put someone from big oil in there.
And what about the people that he's? What about the people?
That's a problem.
What about the people that he's appointed from Goldman, who work for Goldman Sachs? They went after Hillary Clinton like crazy because she gave a couple of speeches.
They also went after President Obama back in the day. Meet with Iran without preconditions. He did that problem. A strong person at the table. That's different to me than sending someone in who has a long history of schmoozing with Russia to be tough on Russia.
This is what business people do.
It's very
deals.
Well, that's the problem, you see, because again, run this country like a business.
No, you can't.
This is not a business. This is a country. You go in with your middle finger up to China. You have to actually negotiate. We must maintain some kind of reality check here when we're talking to various countries. We have diplomats.
Right.
So when you get, you know, bozos who think, oh, I'm gonna change it. No, because they're not. See, they don't think this is funny.
But they don't think this is funny. Who voted for Trump and not one of us sitting at the table did. That's what they. So they're getting what they wanted. Because the number one thing you from
you know what they
wanted a businessman.
They want. Look out for them, little guy. Let me tell you.
Look out.
You're getting middle class. You're getting a 2% cut. Single parent, and you got some kids going up out for you. Everybody said, yeah, we want to get a bit of Obamacare. What do you put? Replacement. Where's the replacement? So, looking out for you?
Well, they wanted jobs.
Not you, baby.
They wanted jobs, right?
Yes, but he doesn't have any jobs for them. Have any jobs for them because he recognized that this country were able to manufacture. We had the best workforce in the world. We made things that people wanted. We don't very little now. Very little that people want.
We send them overseas at the cheap labor. But the guy who's the Secretary of Labor believes that robots should replace people who.
So, well, yeah.
Because he doesn't want them to take,
Well, he's going to eat up the unions who were there to protect you. Because you
store.
Thought can come in and take this, use it up, clean up, flip of their own personal interest.
And do your you want to take this is not a good idea, but see, this is what the people have spoken, as you always say. I have. Yeah. The people have spoken.
No, but as my Aunt
That's
Julie
what she
always says, what do they need, a brick to fall on their heads?
You know, whatever it is, we'll be right back. Man turned to Reddit looking for it because his girlfriend is furious that he watched strippers at a bachelor party. He told her about it, but she thinks it's disgusting and they have to dump him. Oh. And some of the responses said that, as you know, this counts as cheating. It's like, is this cheating?
No, I don't think so.
My God, the table just got huge.
But you know, I was telling you. Left Good Morning America. They took me, these are years ago, I used to be a receptionist.
They knew you.
I was a receptionist there. I had Good Morning America. And they took me to a strip club. I guess you call, what's it called with the guys?
Chippendales.
Chippendales. And I had to put $1 in a hammock. And I did that. I don't think it's any big deal to be in a strip club. It's nothing. It's kind of funny.
That was not a strip club. It was actually at a stripper come in, and he said, and he wasn't like sitting there, but she said, no,
I haven't had more happen or just
maybe. I mean, I haven't personally deal with this because even for my husband's bachelor party, he was like, I don't want to go to a strip club. I want to go to a boxing match. Like, it's just not his thing. But there's this trend of people going to strip clubs, and we were invited by a good friend in Atlanta to go to club together, and apparently all these people go on dates at a strip club, and I do it. I'm uncomfortable with like being degraded that way.
Yeah.
I was thinking, well, maybe it's kind of, you know.
Go ahead and
It might be spicy. Kind of I don't see it as cheating. It's almost like a fantasy, isn't it? I mean, just watching the stripper.
Why do you go as a woman, though, to see a woman
I went with
strip?
my sister
Come
once.
to my house. I'll take off my...
There was a group of guys we were all hanging out with once in the middle of Iowa, and so they were like, "We're going to a strip." My sister's like, "Are we going?" I don't know. I'm not going to be left here
Did
by
you
myself.
go?
We went, and
How was it?
it was gross. Like. How many options are in Iowa? Like, if there were better ones, but like this particular one, I expected a certain look in there, and I felt like I thought I felt I could dance too, maybe.
But Jed, you felt that.
Yeah, well, I grew up, I worked in the cocktail industry for a while, and I worked in the financial district, and a lot of the Wall Street guys used to go, and I used to hear a lot of the stories. I have a lot of male friends, so it wasn't like you going, a lot of these stories are a lot racier than you going to and that seems kind of innocent, but a lot of times there's contact made, a lot of dark stuff goes on.
You have to pay
so
extra
for
that.
me, look, I don't look for me. If my boyfriend went to a strip club for whatever, I wouldn't consider it cheating, but I might look at it like, well, maybe this isn't the guy for me if that's what he's going to do in his spare time. Like, give me someone who wants to go to a boxing match. I'll take that guy. Somebody who wants to go to a basketball game.
Yeah.
Like, so it's not. I don't criminalize the guy because some guy might go and sit there and
Violence is okay.
No,
Well,
come on.
I got friends who work in the strip industry, and some of them are raising kids, and they're doing the best they can. And so, you know, I find a club because, you know, it's where, who are you? You know, it's who you are. Strippers, you know, will get what you want if you ask for it. Some of them will, some of them won't. So you never, I don't think it's
Maybe she was for an excuse to dump.
Yeah, but there's something else going
well,
on.
that's something else.
Yeah.
But Sarah, now,
Yeah.
let's talk about something.
Oh, yes, we do have something to talk
Yes,
about.
we do
it's
have
not
something.
strip clubs. Okay. This is one of the coolest gifts I've seen this season.
Truly.
The Bose build.
That's it. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. So, I'm sort of confused because I know you're supposed to give something away, but it's not in the prompter, so I'll just say welcome back. A woman posted on Cosmopolitan.com because she hates when people say how lucky she is to have found her partner. She claims it wasn't luck, it was persistence and a lot of hard work. So, what does this mean?
I totally agree with her. I wouldn't have thought of it that way until I read what she wrote about calling it lucky, but I met my husband online, and about the time I went online, I remember thinking, everyone, when you talk about that, they're like, it's weird, you're going to meet weird people, you know, all this stuff. And I thought, we work out constantly for bodies. We sell our soul to our jobs to, like, make good money and climb the ladder. But when we're looking for our best friend for the rest of our lives, we don't want it to be uncomfortable. We don't want anybody weird to hit on me. We don't want, you know, like, it's, but that's the one place you should be putting in so much effort. So I went in and I thought, if I like the person, I'll have one drink a couple times a week. I'll look at it as a gym time. And I did that. And eventually I kept diving back in, even when it was uncomfortable. And I met Matt.
How many
Months.
toads did you have to have drinks with?
Well,
Before you met the next
by the time you don't make a date with the toads. Like the toads you know right away. But the ones you might have some chemistry with, I'll have a drink with anyone. And I let people set me up. I said, if you think there might be a connection, I'll go out with anyone. One drink.
It is.
And
I mean, have you found it, Jed, to be hard work?
I'm really shy, so with stuff like that, so I'm always the one who has to stumble into it. Like almost everyone that I've dated has been a friend of a friend or a friend of a family member, or I've never gone out and been like, you know what? I have single friends that are amazing at this, and they're like, you know what? I'm going to go out and I'm going to find a relationship. I'm going to be proactive about it.
I still think you're lucky to find someone who it connects with. I think
luck plays a role.
All work,
in every good thing in life, there's a little luck.
There's a little luck in everything. And you could have, you know, it could have taken you 4 years. It didn't. It took you a much shorter amount of time because you clicked with somebody. You were lucky enough to find someone who made the grade. Some people do it for months and months and years and years and years, and they don't find anybody.
Well, and she clarifies, though, she said, you find yourself saying, I'm so lucky I'm with so-and-so. I think what she's saying is not that luck doesn't play a part, but don't hand it over to luck, or people sit back and think,
You know,
if I was lucky, it'll show up on my doorstep.
Well, you gotta go outside.
leave your doorstep.
You have to go outside. Go ahead, Joy.
my friend Byrne says that if you don't want a man, you really don't want it.
No.
That you can say you want to find a guy and meet a guy, but there are people who say that, but they really don't. If you really want to meet somebody, you will. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
I do agree with that. I know for me, I was a serial dater and I was dating all these different people and I wasn't clicking and connecting. And then I finally sort of started thinking, what exactly am I looking for? I'm looking for someone who's Catholic, that shares my faith and my belief in God. I'm looking for someone that I can really talk to, someone that is somewhat of an intellectual, someone that I'm going to find interesting. And I'm looking for someone that's a family man, and I'm looking for someone that's funny.
A priest, right? Perfect description.
And I found my husband in church.
Well, in a funny way,
in church, and I went looking
it's
for
the
him
same thing as this thing, because a lot of people are holiday shopping.
Yeah.
Right? And women say, I'm not going in if the people who are selling the clothes are pretty.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go in. Yeah, they don't want to go in, you know, or they're 12. They're 12 and they're in a store. Women don't want to go in. And
Why do you think they're
intimidated?
I think it has to do with you don't want to go into a store where 4-year-olds are trying to sell you clothes, and when you say your size, they do this.
We only sell it in sizes 1, 3, and 5.
We don't really have that size. You know, and my daughter says to me, you know, I look for grown-ups, grown women, women with bodies, to sell me clothes for my body.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I think a lot of times women don't want to hear, you know, because just because you're a pencil, you can't like be dismissive of people who are not pencils.
Yeah.
You know, there are number 3 pencils in that box as well. You know?
There are also like 5 people stopping you.
Yes.
Let me help you. Let me help you.
I want to go into Victoria's Secret and say, do you have 26 petite here?
I have to tell you, they do. Victoria's Secret has great. Oh yeah, they have great size. They're great on their sizing.
I have never
They just
seen
don't
that
have it on the runway.
I'm going to come with you. I want to hear this.
But Sarah, you have something else to tell
I
us.
sure do. This Wednesday, we may be increasing your holiday budget big time by giving away $10,000 to viewers. One studio audience member will get the chance to win up to $5 grand, and viewers at home can visit our Facebook page by tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern to see how you can enter for a chance to win $5,000 cash for the holidays.
Aren't you glad you stayed for that? Come back. We got more interesting stuff to tell you. We'll be right back.
If you're in full-blown panic mode about the holiday shopping, you're not alone, but relax. We partnered with vendors for up to 69% off the best last-minute finds for everyone on your list, but it's only while supplies last. So let's get shopping with lifestyle expert Greta Monahan.
I love that you started with wine. Oh, are you kidding? Of course. Don't worry. We've got everything you need here. So starting out with cork pops. They make 2 great products for the wine lover on your list and for the person who loves to entertain. Check this out. The first one, Vino Air. I love that you're drinking. Vino Air. You put this on. It's an aerator and a pourer, so it actually circulates air through as you pour. So your wine tastes velvety and amazing. The next one is Vino Ice. Check this out. You put this in. It's a stainless steel rod.
This is cool.
You put this in for 30 minutes before you actually open your bottle, put it in, and you pour at the perfect temperature and enjoy.
Well, you know how you always bring a bottle of wine to someone's house? Like, bring that with it.
You've got it. It's a great gift. Original price on these, $15 to $28. Today's deal, $7.50 to $14. 50% off. Check. My husband loves these. One Voice Bluetooth-enabled beanies. So they're actually built-in speakers, headphones built right into your beanie, stream high-quality audio so that you can listen to music. My husband wears it all the time for calls. It's amazing.
He looks like a crazy person, I bet.
But I love this gift, Sarah, for teenagers, moms, dads,
teenagers,
guys, gals. Doesn't matter. It's great for everybody. Original price, $69. Today's deal, $30 for savings 56% off. All right? You're going to love these, too. Peace Love World is the name of the company. They do the Lily tote.
Company. There's
6 different amazing oversized totes. So much room in these. Look at the handles. They're soft. They don't gouge you. They're great. And these spread good vibes wherever they go. So it's a perfect gift.
And they're
overnight,
huge. I love
grocery,
this.
everything. I just love this bag. Original $40. Today's deal $20. What an amazing gift.
You can't use another gift. Do you want a drink of your wine, or is it just me?
I love that you're carrying it. Amelia Rose, check these out. Wrap bracelets. Look at this. Quartz with a new added silver bead accent. So it gives you that extra pop. This is perfect for the woman who loves classic, timeless jewelry that looks good day or night. These are incredible.
Those are cute.
And you can put them on, you wrap them around 4 or 5 times. Wear one or wear several like me because I love them. And
You
for
always
this
have
style
these
and price,
things
you
on.
can't go wrong. Original price here, $66. Today's deal, $20, 69% off.
Oh my God.
I mean, come on. All right?
No,
Check
that's
this out.
great in a stocking stuffer. too.
Yeah, and you'll love, I remember, you know these, Mission?
Yes.
So Mission makes products for the adventure junkie or sport person. They literally make products where you have tech built in to keep you either warm
this
or
has a
cool
warming
you
cooling?
down. Absolutely. So check it out. With the heating, you get a full face cover, you get hats, gloves. It's amazing. Everything that you could think of, and to cool you down, things like this, or even a towel where you wet it, twist it, and you get instant cooling. Also,
This is like
check
sunblock
out these guys. You have hand and foot warmers that give you instant heat for up to 6 hours. Put them in your gloves, in your pockets. Incredible. Original, $20 to $72. Hold on. Deal, $10 to $36. Savings 50%.
That's a
You're
good
gonna
one.
love these,
I
too.
love message socks.
Sock art assorted socks. Now, this is just a little assortment. Wait till you go online. It's a huge assortment. Anyone who likes to laugh. Look how cute these are. You've got whimsical phrases, feel good, either everyday or holiday-like. Styles for men or women. These are just so cute.
these are so
And
cute.
feel them, premium cotton.
They're really
You have
comfortable.
arch support. They're built beautifully.
Arch
with a lot
support
of
is
cushioning.
important.
Great for wearing boots too, or just hanging out. Original, $15. Today's deal, $7.50. Perfect stocking stuffer.
Honestly, socks are the most universal gift.
I know.
Everyone needs
You
them,
just
yes.
need them. I mean, it's amazing.
A big thank you again to Greta Monahan for saving all of us with our shopping. But the clock is ticking. You have 24 hours to get any of these exclusive deals at viewyourdeal.com. And members of our audience are going home with sock art, sock and a Mission scarf and beanie, so you'll be warm for your next adventure. We'll be right back.
We're having the strangest conversations when you guys aren't looking. And so, yeah.
So Christmas is around.
There was there was a lady. What was she doing? What was this woman doing? She did something.
Oh, she decorated the front of her house.
Yes, there's some woman who has decorated crazy in front of her house, and people are freaking out because they say it's too loud, too much Christmas. But can you ever have
24/7 with the music.
Christmas?
The same song.
Same song, 24/7.
Second holds or something.
Yeah, it's kind of freaking.
Yeah.
But you know what? You don't even have to think about it. We want you to have a great day and take a little time to enjoy the view.